it's good to see you. Thanks for letting me come over. I promise this is as important as my message said. Let me just set up here. There you go, that goes there. And then, let me just get over there. Yeah, I brought my laptop. I need to show you something. Just give me a moment and you'll understand. There you go. And that goes over here. Okay, perfect. Please take a seat on the couch for me. You can see from there, right? Great. Well, let's begin. Thank you for coming here today. There is an important... Okay, well, yes, technically this is your apartment and you didn't come here, but that's just what you say when you start a presentation. Duh. That's what's happening right now. And that's also why I'm holding a clicker. Anyways, we have a lot to go through, so can I begin? Great. So, as I was saying, thank you for coming here today. There is an important topic we need to discuss. This brief 58-slide presentation will cover everything in detail. Please hold your questions until the end of the presentation. There's actually a Q&A section, as well as an optional survey where you can provide feedback on my communication skills. It's very important that we don't deviate from the agenda. Okay, slide number 1. Please look at this photo of the two of us. Tell me, do you remember when this photo was taken? That's correct. It was on the beach trip last August. You were paddling about, and then I came into the sea and started splashing you. And that's when Kylie took this photo. Do you notice anything about our faces? Yes, they're wet with seawater, but that's not what I was referring to. I meant the expressions. Can you see how happy we both look? You're right, that was a great day, but I'm talking about something deeper than just fun at the beach. Next slide. Let's get right to the point. As you can see from this title page, this is a presentation covering the many reasons that we should start dating. Note the pink sparkly hearts around the title. Yes, I know this must be a big shock to you. We've never really talked about anything like this before, have we? This is why I have included a 10-second pause at this point of the presentation to allow you to emotionally process what's happening. Please look at the calming image of kittens while you relax for the 10 seconds. Starting now. Ready to continue? Great. Let's start with part 1, the background. We have been friends for approximately 3.5 years now. Since our initial meeting, our friendship has gone through various different phases. Please look at the graph displayed on the screen. As you can see, our connection has had ups and downs throughout the years. There have been high points, such as the vacation we went on together, and the low points, such as the time you got that god-awful bowl-cut haircut and I had to avoid being seen with you for a little while. However, if you examine the data closely, you will notice that our friendship status has never dropped below 60%. We've maintained a consistently strong camaraderie, even in the most trying of times, such as the bowl-cut haircut incident. Here, you can see a list of the strongest attributes of our friendship, sorted from the most to least important. At the top is obviously how much we care about each other, and the emotional connection we share. In second place is your talent for being a very good listener, followed by my talent for being a very good yapper. There are various other items, such as similar interests, shared values, etc. Here, you can see a list of the biggest potential threats to our relationship. Obviously, the top spot is taken by future terrible haircuts you could receive, which would unfortunately be a deal breaker for me. Number 2 through 8 cover potential scenarios where you make dramatic life changes, such as investing all of your money into a failed cryptocurrency and trying to steal my plasma for rent money, joining a cult, becoming an MMA fighter and practicing your moves on me, and of course, becoming a drug runner for a cartel. So, This slide covers the various secrets we know about each other that nobody else does. You'll see here that I've noted down that pop song you always sing along to when you think you're alone, as well as the Reddit account you use to argue with strangers on the internet about bionicles, and the fact that you always ask me to order fruity cocktails at bars and then you just drink it all yourself. On my part, I've listed the time a bird pooped on me and you saw, as well as my habit of stealing spoons from various restaurants, and finally, the occasion where I faked a French accent on a first date, then had to actually learn French and construct an elaborate backstory for myself after I started dating the guy. Once again, thank you for going along with my lie, and screw you for telling him that I was born in a beret factory and forcing me to include that in my story. This brings us to part 2, why we should date. Here, you can see a list of primary reasons why I want to go from being friends to something more. Let me explain each one. First, I've written face. This refers to your face, obviously. I like it. I think I always have, really. Even when it has that annoying smirk after you've Googled some random fact we've been arguing about and I was wrong. Which, to be clear, happens very rarely as I am always correct. The second reason is body. Look, I can see that blush already forming on your face, so I won't torture you too much by going into extreme detail. I like your build, and I want to touch it sometimes. Not in a weird way. Just, okay, yeah. In a weird way, but not only in a weird way, you know? You have the perfect frame for hugging, and your forearms, woo-wee. Too detailed? Well, too bad. I've got more to say. Remember when you helped me move last summer? Seeing you carrying those heavy boxes down the stairs, muscles rippling, a slight sheen of sweat over your glowing skin. I mean, damn. I considered canceling the contract on my new apartment just so I'd get to watch you carry all those boxes back downstairs again. Fine, I'll stop if you really can't take it anymore, although I bet you secretly enjoy hearing me talk about this. I'll move on to the third reason, kindness. You've always been really nice to me. Even when I'm technically not being nice to you, like teasing you about your haircut, or forcing you to sing in karaoke with me. There's been so many times over the years where I've called you or come over to your apartment at 3 a.m. crying because of some stupid crisis, and you always let me ramble, then you say the exact right thing to make me feel better. You never complain about how late it is, although I have caught you yawning occasionally. You're just a fundamentally good person. And that's the kind of guy I want to spend my life with. I know you well enough to trust you completely, and I always feel safe with you. And stop looking at your shoes when I'm complimenting you! I want to be able to gaze into your eyes as I tell you how important you are to me, not just stare at your forehead. The final point is pretty self-explanatory. Puts up with my shit. Look, I love teasing people. A lot. Some would go as far as to say maybe too much, but I don't listen to those people. You never get mad at me, though, even when I signed you up to become a monk in Italy. I saw you got another letter from them when I got inside, so sorry about that. Maybe you should start learning Latin. Here, you can see what I want from you. Nothing too demanding, as I thought we should start slow. 1 date a week for the next 4 weeks. We'll alternate on who picks a venue. It can be anywhere except for the aquarium, as I do not like the octopus there. It stares at me like it wants to break out of the tank and strangle me. We've discussed this. Also, I want to exchange good morning texts every day before 9 a.m. And I want at least 3 selfies from you each week. Also, I will be sleeping over here regularly, starting after our second date. You're free to come to any conclusion about that if you'd like. As I had predicted, you are blushing even harder now. That's why this slide is here to give you a moment to recover. please look at this photo of an iceberg to help you cool down. Ready to keep going? Great. So now we need to cover what you'll get out of the relationship. The next few slides are some of my best selfies. I'll let you admire them as I click through these. Oh, okay, wow, I put a lot more selfies in here than I remember. Let's just keep going. Isn't this one great? You know, I found that jacket in Goodwill. It fits perfectly, right? And with those earrings too. Shall we just pause here for a while? Fine. I'll keep it moving if you insist. Though I noticed you didn't ask me to skip to the next slide when I paused on the bikini selfie earlier. And we're through. So, our final section is titled Part 3, The Future. I've spent a long time thinking about you. I'm talking years here. I've kept sneaking glances at you when we hang out together and finding my thoughts turning to you late at night. I don't want to just be friends anymore. I want something so much deeper. In a moment, I'm going to ask whether you want to go out with me. Here's what'll happen if you say no. I will play it off like I'm cool, and then I'll sprint out of here at top speed. Then I'll realize that I forgot my laptop and come back in. And then that's when I'm gonna ask you one more time just to be sure. When you say no again, I'll sprint out of here again, this time with my laptop. It'll probably be awkward for a week or two, but then we'll just ease back into our usual dynamic. However, if you say yes, you can see that I've edited this photo of us at the beach to add pink hearts and rose petals. You may also note I added an octopus lurking in the background to spread awareness of how evil they are. Now, before the final slide, we've finally reached the Q&A section. Ask away. I'm sure you have many questions. When did I start feeling like this? Pretty early, actually. I thought about asking you out before, but we had such a good connection as friends that I didn't want to ruin it. But my feelings for you just grew and grew and grew and grew, and I just couldn't take it anymore. If you want to know the specific moment, it was at Megan's birthday party, a few months after we first met. I was pretty wasted, and you noticed. You sat me down, got me some water, and you made sure someone could take me home when I was ready to go. I still remember the way you helped me zip up my jacket as I was leaving. It felt nice, being cared for like that. Why did I choose to tell you this in the form of PowerPoint presentation? I don't know. It just seemed, like the most efficient way to convey all the information. And the most fun. I bought this clicker especially for this, by the way. No more questions? Fine. I guess it's time for the final slide. So, the all-important question. Do you want to go out with me? And before you answer, please take a moment to appreciate this fancy animation I put on the question mark. It took me 20 minutes to add that. You do? For real? You're not just saying that, right? Oh my god, okay. Oh my god, come here. Wow. That was, wow, okay. I'm just so happy you said yes. I I was so nervous during this presentation, I nearly dropped the clicker because of how sweaty my hands got. Oh, right, there's no time like the present for a first date, so I've made a dinner reservation at the restaurant you like. By the way, if you had said no, I would have gone there alone and eaten 25 plates of mozzarella sticks while sobbing. So this is definitely the best case scenario for the both of us. Come on, let's get out of here. You gotta hold my hand though. All the way there. Yeah, I forgot to put that in presentation. Oh, one last thing. I'm seriously not kidding when I say don't ever take me to that aquarium. If you try and organize a date there, I'm bringing a harpoon gun.